guys, my name is Holly Nicole, and today I'm going to teach you how to make money on Depop fast. So I've been on Depop for a little over 2 years now, and I've grown to 22,000 followers, over 1,070 sales. I have a 5-star review rating, and it's really been a great way to generate extra income. So I want to show you some of the things that I've learned along the way to put you ahead of the pack, get Depop success and followers, boost your sales, and just overall make more money. Tip number 1, and probably the most important, is going to be inventory. Sadly, you can't pull out your old prom dress, put it up on Depop, and make a bunch of money. You want to make sure you're thinking about things like season, trend, is this item in good condition? If you want to know what kind of items to purchase for Depop, you can absolutely check out another video. It's my Depop thrift haul. I will go ahead and link it for you guys so you can take a look. But you want to be making sure you're focusing on things of that season that are going to be trends. So over the summer, huge trends: grommet belts, flames, 90s, bucket hats, anything that kind of corresponded with Tumblr fashion, Instagram fashion. You want to look for these things when you hit up the thrift store, which is perfect because you can find biker shorts and things that are really popular now there at the thrift shop for great prices. You just have to be able to search and know what you're looking for. So one of the easiest ways to make sure you're finding the right kind of items, check out your competition. I look at the successful top 10 stores on Depop that make a lot of money and a lot of sales. I like to see what they're carrying, what they're selling, so it'll really give you an insight into what people are wanting and what people are buying. So step number 2 is almost debatably more important than tip number 1, photos. So this is going to be the only thing that your client sees, so you need to make sure that your photos are super appealing. You can have a gorgeous, beautiful silk dress, but you photograph it laying on the floor in a dark room on brown carpet. It's not going to be appealing to your buyer. So you have to really think about how you're going to make this item look incredible. One of the most important things is lighting. So you don't need to spend $1 million on lighting equipment. However, to have a light or two in your wheelhouse is really helpful if you're going to take your store to the next level. I can link some of the easy lights that I bought on Amazon so you guys can have a few to set up. So if it's a pair of sunglasses, think about the background you're going to photograph them on. Don't just put them on a wooden table. Get a marble slab from Home Depot for just a couple dollars. Put it on a furry rug. Put it on a hot pink cheetah top that you have. Something that's going to make it pop and look exciting. Also, natural daylight is great. Use it to your advantage. Make sure that you go out when it's golden hour, when you don't have any shadows, to get these beautiful photographs. You want to make sure that you're not having any, harsh shadows on your items. So a bounce board that's only $10 or $15 can make a huge difference. You can direct the sunlight directly onto your item. I'll link one below that I found on Amazon for just like $10 or $15. So it's really important that you make everything look crisp and professional. Tip number 3 is styling. This is probably my favorite thing about Depop. It's the whole reason that I'm interested in Depop. It's because you get to play around with fashion. So it's really exciting to show your customer how to wear an item. It gives them a lot of inspiration. So I notice I sell something about twice as fast and usually for about $10 more if I wear it and style it versus putting it either on a mannequin or laying it out on a backdrop. It just makes the item look a lot more exciting. It gives it a theme, a life, and a personality. So I always like to think of, themes or characters or decades that go along with my outfit to give it something exciting to look at. Plus, a lot of people don't know how to style things. They're looking to you to be their stylist and to be trendy and ahead of the curve and show them how to wear an item. I have people buy the entire outfit on my shop too because they love the way that it's put together. So it's also a way to sell extra items, especially if you're using other items to style with that item that are also for sale in your store, if that makes sense. So if you're selling a crop top and you put a mini skirt, boots, and a headband that are also for sale, there's a possibility someone can want multiple items or the entire look. So Depop has a feed like Instagram where you scroll through. People don't see every single item you post. So the more items you have in one post, the more likely they're going to be able to see something that grabs their attention. So make sure that you use as much of your resources as you can when you're styling your looks. So my fourth tip is going to be social media and Depop interaction. So your pics can be fire, your outfit can be on trend, you can be styled to the max, but if no one sees it, you can't make sales and you can't make any money. So use Depop to your advantage. Make sure that you're updating your listings, you're clicking on the item, you're not changing anything, but pushing it forward, and it's gonna bring it to the top of the timeline. So all you have to do is just go to edit, and then don't change anything and hit the arrow again. It's gonna make the item refresh and look like it's new again. Put it on the top of people's timeline and it's way more likely to sell. Another thing is use the community. So if someone's asking a question, you gotta make sure you're quick to respond so you build trust with your clients and your followers. So if people want measurements, I always like to think ahead and put the measurements in the description, but make sure you reply back right away with measurements or how to style it or questions. It's gonna make people feel way more comfortable purchasing from you. Another great way is to share it on social media. So you can share your shop on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The more people that see it, the way more likely you are to make money. And you don't have to have tons of Instagram followers to do this. Okay, so this tip is super important. It's about profit margins and fees. You need to make sure that everything's in balance with your profits, your margins, the fees that you're paying with PayPal and Depop and shipping to make sure that you're actually making money and compensating yourself for the time that it takes to get the great image, style the outfit, put it up on Depop, interact with your customers. So this is a good way to look at it. Depop is going to take a 10% transaction fee. So they are going to take 10% of the overall sale. Now, PayPal is going to take a 2.9% processing fee on larger purchases or a 30-cent fee per transaction on smaller purchases. So things you want to make sure you're calculating while you're pricing and purchasing your items. So I use a net profit margin calculator. It's free. For example, if you purchase an item from, let's say, Goodwill, a top, for $3, you price it on Depop for $20, shipping included, paid by you. There's also an option to have your clients pay shipping, but I never do that to my customers. All my items are free shipping because I feel like that's a huge draw. People hate to see a price and then get the shipping added on. A lot of times it makes them leave things in their cart and not go forward in purchasing. So I always build the shipping price into the cost of the item and then we pay for shipping on our end. So basically, you want to make sure for your $3 item, you're going to price it higher. $17 or $20 is what I would usually price something purchased for $3. Because after you take out the PayPal fee, the Depop fee, the shipping, you are left with about $9.75. So this profit margin is comfortable for me because it's about 3 times what I paid for the actual item. So it does sound like a large markup, but really at the end of the day, your time, the hour that it took for you to get your pictures and do a photo shoot of all your items, edit it, update it, put it up, you're going to be packaging, you're going to be driving, you need to make sure that you're making a good profit margin. So I like to stay at a 30% margin minimum up to a 60-70% margin whenever I can, because it just takes your time and money, especially if I'm going to sew an item or crop an item, give it a new hem. These are, again, hours of my time. Not to mention, going to the thrift store isn't easy breezy. They don't have it all laid out for me. I have to search and dig and wear gloves and inhale dust, and it takes hours to find these items that I hand pick and source for people. So you just want to make sure that you're staying in that 30% margin and above when you calculate in all of your costs. If you're interested, I'm going to tag my Depop shop as well. It's at Slosh and Molly. Use me for inspiration. Take a look, see if there's anything you like. I'll put my social media below as well. It's at Holly2times. You can follow me on there, and I talk about my shop a lot as well. Thank you guys if you made it to the end of this video for watching the entire thing, and I hope that it really helps you get started with your Depop shop. Be positive, keep going, and you're going to find success. And good luck on raking in all that money.